Hi, happy Monday. This is Jensen, your Regional Director of Sales, and this is first of one of many of our Monday morning videos to help keep our team connected and on the same page and sharing information with each other. I'm filming this on the weekend, but you'll be watching it Monday morning, and that's an important piece of something we're going to talk about with work-life balance and how we can incorporate that into our goals and the things we're working on. Every Monday morning we'll have a short 5-minute video that will give you an opportunity to learn something new, that will give us a challenge for the week. You'll have an opportunity to earn a prize, and I'll be sharing some of the great ideas that I'm finding in our different areas of our region as the weeks go by, and make sure that we're sharing information with each other for some new ideas. I've been out on my road show for the last 2 weeks, meeting everyone and getting to know people. I'm meeting my last team yet to meet tomorrow. Our current region has 10 branches, which means that we have all different varying levels of experience and longevity within Jordan, and gives us an opportunity to learn from each other and what's working well. As I've been meeting people and I've been talking about my expectations and the expectations of the team, I've made it really clear to people that we're not interested in changing anything that's working for you. If it's working, we want to share it. We want to spread the message to other people on our team. And I'm not interested in micromanaging or giving people a lot of homework and assignments. We're going to work really hard to be efficient and keep things clean and help grow our business and grow each other as teammates, and do all that we can do out in our marketplace. So these videos will be coming out every Monday, and each Monday we'll have a new theme. However, for this Monday, something that we're going to talk about now is that I am having a fantastic weekend, and I'm getting ready to go swimming. I've got my fins, I've got my boogie board, I've got my goggles and my snorkel and my swimsuits on. I'm ready to go swimming. Let's go have some family time and have some fun. But like you, I have to wonder if I'm able to go and do that, or if I need to bring my tablet along. Let's talk about RSL and whether we're sinking or swimming with our technology and with the things that we have to do. In using RSL, we need to talk about, and I as your manager need to share with you, that it is a basic and absolute requirement of the position. As sales reps, we absolutely have to show that we showed up to work. So everyone that I've talked to, I've shared with the expectation, bare bones, this is how you show that you came to work, that you logged your calls every day. We've been working on how people can better acclimate to RSL and have it work more for them. And the most important piece we need to talk about is that it's required, and that it's something that needs to be done every day, synced at the end of every day. And we're going to use this technology as a tool for us. So all jokes aside, I want us to find a way to do that without infringing on your family time. And I've made the joke with people that I don't want to hear from your spouses and significant others or your children that you come home and spend 4 hours, 5 hours on the weekend putting in data entry in RSL. Because I am hilarious, I have another joke, and that's that people need to find enough room in their budget. They need to find enough money in their bonus dollars to be able to pay for a secretary. Because if you're carrying that yellow legal pad and you're coming home and data entering for 5 hours on a Sunday, you do it. I see you do it. Because on Friday nights, when you've had no RSL data, you've had no activity all week long, Friday night, a big dump of data comes in when you sync. I know that you're working till 10 o'clock at night. Or Sunday seems to be a popular time. Sunday afternoon, you've had no calls for a week and 45 come in on Sunday. That tells me that you're not enjoying your family time and that you're working too hard and that we need to work smarter, not harder. So we're going to work on getting our RSL calls, all of our calls entered every single day after every single call. And at the end of your workday, every single day, I want you to turn that tablet off and put it away. Walk your dog, take a yoga class, go have fun with the kids, whatever it is that you do in your free time. I want you to protect that free time. One of the number one reasons people leave this industry is the amount of work that they do on nights and weekends and their family members complaining. So I'm going to check in with your spouses and make sure that you are taking care of your business during the workday, shutting it off and putting it away. So let's talk about what we need and what some of the side effects or potential consequences are if we're not managing our basic expectations. If we're not entering our calls in RSL, we're not going to pay out expenses. Our expenses, if they are not entered in association with an account that can be matched and turned in with smart receipts, we will not be reimbursed for any expenses that aren't entered in RSL. We also aren't going to be able to credit admits to people if they haven't been in that account. We're going to have to attribute it to a random, that it came in on the Jordan hotline and that no one's ever worked the account, so it's not yours. That's unfortunate. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that every admit that comes in has a trail of your effort and your time and all that you've put into it. This data is going to be really important to us as we look for ways to be more efficient and be smarter. Where are we spending our money? What are we getting out of it? Are we using the data available to us about our doctors? Are we being smart in planning our week? Those things are really important, and that's one of the first things I'm going to ask everyone to do, with the reminder that it's basic showing up for work. Let's talk a little bit about what we want entered in there. I see some people going above and beyond on the details, and this is one of those things that there's no extra cookie for writing incomplete sentences. So don't bother. Don't bother. You don't need to write incomplete sentences. You don't need to write a long narrative that Sandy was on vacation today, so Bertha was covering and sitting at a different desk and she was wearing a yellow shirt. No one cares about that. Use the drop downs that offer you opportunities to just select, tap and touch that you were delivering information, you were delivering orders, you were thanking them for a referral. And in the details section, that's a great place to write a couple of words about something specific that came up that they're most interested in, maybe a hot button item that you want to make sure you touch on the next time. But what's most important about RSL is that we're logging calls showing where we've been. This shows how hard we work and that we work a full work week. And that we're logging our expenses because we're seeing more and more companies audited for expenses, and we have to be able to keep a great record of that. So let's get off on the right foot. Let's start great habits. You know, they say it takes 21 days to make a habit into a norm for you. So let's start today. I know that you feel like you're running account to account and I gotta go and I gotta go and I gotta go. Help me understand, if you don't have the 3 minutes to put it in between calls, how you have 5 hours on a Sunday. Can't get past me. I've done it for too long and with several companies that do all ranging ways of logging their calls. But everybody does it, and we've got to take care of it. And at first, I promise you, it's going to be awkward and cumbersome. It's going to take you forever. Tap, 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 and having to read everything and see what it wants and what it needs and what's required and what's not required. But I promise you, this first week, get through it. Next week, it will take you half the time. The week after that, it'll take half of that time. We got to turn it into a habit. And when you're logging 40 to 50 calls a week, I'm willing to bet you that within 2 weeks, you have it mastered. So let's take care of that. Let's stop doing data entry and secretarial work on Friday nights and Sunday afternoons. Those are the 2 peak times that I see it, and I want to protect that time for you because I want you to be happy and I want you to be successful, and I want us to use our technology. And what we're finding is that about half the team isn't using it, so it's no good to any of us. The data is not good. Um, I have one more thing that I'd like us to start off with, and I am going to work very hard to not interfere in the things that are working for you and not take a lot of your time. I do want us to work on setting a specific time every week and protecting it and guarding it fiercely. We're going to break 2 time segments up. We're going to have 2 30-minute periods. So I'm asking you to give me an hour a week. One of those is going to be working on new business, where we're going to have a theme for the week where we're reaching out and turning over stones in different areas that we might not have thought of before. The other 30-minute segment is that I'm going to ask you to spend 30 minutes every week planning for the next week. I know that none of you do this, but I've seen marketers that on Monday morning they get into their car, they start the car, and they go without a real plan for the week. And it's not efficient for your time, for your gas, for your sanity to be driving around town just seeing what pops up, or chasing every text or phone call that you get without a plan. So I'm going to ask people to start on Friday afternoons picking a 30-minute time segment that they're going to be planning for the following week. I should be able to ask you any morning of any week, what's cooking? And you'll be able to tell me what you're working on that day or for that week and have some kind of a plan. One thing that we're working on bringing to this team, I was told that I was hired to help bring some electricity to this team, and that's what I intend to do. I want to win. I want you guys to grow. I'm so excited with all 10 of my branches and the amount of experience and passion that I'm finding out there. I love it. We're going to all learn so much from each other. But I want us to all be wildly successful. I want to win. I want to knock it out of the park in every single region. And I don't want anyone worrying about quotas because I want us to all be exceeding them. So if you are already happy with where you're at in your business and you don't want any help and you don't want to do anything differently, let's talk about that. And if you truly are at that point and things are going so fantastically, I'm not going to burden you with any additional assignments. But for everyone else, myself included, that wants to grow and grow our business and grow our company and support each other and be a part of a team, this is going to be one of the ways we're going to help stay connected. So the word of the week is electricity. And the first person that texts me the word electricity this morning will win a prize in their mailbox within 3 days. Other than that, let's have a fantastic week. I'm going to be checking RSL every afternoon on my team, and I'd like to see everyone's calls. I should be able to see where you were at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, at 11 o'clock. And I want to see that synced in at the end of every day. Don't wait till Friday and have to put in 40 calls. Don't spend your Sunday afternoon. Everyone have a great week. I'm meeting the last branch that I've yet to meet tomorrow, and then we're going to get started on a plan to do some write-outs with each other and share information. Something that's interesting that I've found out on my roadshow, a few really neat things, is I found one branch using koozies to hand out Diet Cokes, which most women, especially in facilities, all love a Diet Coke in the afternoon. I loved seeing that they were using koozies to hand out Diet Cokes. Another member of our team talked about handing out koozies at the river and that people are often not needing a koozie, and she's able to provide them. I love that idea. I've seen a lot of really fun things and people working really hard. We're coming up with some new ways to get supplies and collaterals to people more quickly. We're working on expense reports and smart receipts being a more set process and getting those things out to everyone. And Justin and our management team have some really exciting things coming out in the next week or two that are going to show you mapping and heat mapping of hot accounts in your area and where you need to be spending the majority of your time, so that we have more guidance to this business than just jumping in our car. It's a tough business to be in without having resources and information. So we have a lot of exciting things going on, and we have a lot of electricity. So y'all have a great week, and I'm taking my flippers and my goggles and going swimming.